Alright, in this second video of standard form, we're going to add and subtract standard form, numbers in standard form, but we're not going to use our calculators because sometimes you might end up in a situation where you're not allowed to use your calculator, so you need to know exactly what you're doing. Now you might be looking at this and thinking to yourself, well, I know what I'll do to be on the safe side. I will just change these numbers to regular numbers and then add them up, which would be fine. You are allowed to do that if you want to, but in this video I'll attempt to show you a much easier way to get this done to save you all that grief. So first things first, when you look at these numbers have different powers, which means that they are, well, different value numbers. So for example, if I, let me just write it out. So for example, this 3 would have moved 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would be looking at 32,000. Just check it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number here is 32,000. And we are actually trying to add to that this other number here, which would be, if it's got a power of 3, then you know that that's going to be 4,600. So you can just double check that that's right. 1, 2, 3. And that's actually the two numbers you're trying to add up. If you go this way, you'll have to add these two numbers up and then change your answer back to standard form. Okay, actually I will go through, I'll go through doing it just to show you that it actually does work. So I'll take my 32,000 and I'll add my 4,600 to that, thereby giving me 0, 0, 6, 6 and a 3 there. And then if I need to change this back to standard form, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it means that my answer would be 3.66 times 10 to the power 4. Now, the thing I want you to notice straight away here is the power of 4 didn't come out as a power of 3 because this was the bigger number. Now I'll show you if you had to do this without actually converting the numbers to whole numbers, how this would work. The first thing you want to do is to have the same place value for all of your numbers. Always use the bigger number, the number that has the biggest value. This is the number with the biggest value here. So I'm going to keep that exactly the same. So I'll keep that as 3.2 times 10 to the power 4. What I'm going to do here now is I will change this number to have a power of 4. But before I change that number, there's a couple of tricks I need to show you first of all. And that is, if I want to make a power positive, I need to move my decimal point to the right, and that makes my power positive. And if I move my decimal point to the left, it decreases my power, or brings it down, or so I should, rather than say positive and negative, I should say this increases the power by moving to the left and this decreases the power by moving to the right. That's what I should say. So here I need to increase that power by 1 so that it turns into a 4. So to increase it by 1, I need to move this decimal point one place this way. So my new number will now become, I'm now adding on 0.046 times 10 to the 4th power. Now that I've increased the power there, actually that looks a little bit scruffy, so I'll just tidy that up a little bit. I'll put it below for that matter because I'm running out of space there. So 0.046, I'm sorry, again, wrote the 0 again, so 0.46 is what that should be, 0.46 times 10 to the power 4. That's what we should have. Don't know where the extra 0 came from, but anyway, 0.46. Because I moved this decimal point one place this way, moving it one place turns it into 0.46. These two now have the same power. Now that it has the same power, all I need to do is add them up, which I will now do. So and all I'm going to add up is the 3.2 and the 0.46. Okay, so I'll just quickly add that up. So I'm going to have 3.2 and then 0.46 added there, and then I'll just quickly go 6 plus 0 is 6, 4 plus 2 is 6, the decimal point is there, and that's 3. And then all I need to do is bring my times 10 to the power 4, so my answer is 3.66 times 10 to the power 4. Okay, so got the same answer as I did before. Alright, let's move on. Here I have a different situation, different things to think about here, and that is I've got negative powers, which means my numbers are quite small. The same rule as I said before will apply here. I can't subtract these two except the powers are the same. You might be looking at the 7, you might be looking at the power of -4, and you might be telling yourself that this number is bigger than that, but it isn't. Let's write it out and see what it is. So this would be 0.006. Okay, you can double check it. 1, 2, 3. And I am actually subtracting from it 0.0007. Check it and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So look at it very carefully. This number is bigger than that number. Another way you can look at it, -3 is actually bigger than -4. Think about it in terms of temperatures. Which is colder? Is -3 colder or is -4 colder? Obviously, the deeper you get into the minuses, the colder it gets. So this number is actually bigger. So long story short, I am going to keep the 6 times 10 to the power -3. And I'm going to try and change this number so that this power becomes -3. Well, I want for the power to become -3, I need to increase the power by 1. And to increase the power by 1 means moving the decimal point from here just one place there. So this now becomes, let's put these in brackets, minus 0.7 times 10 to the power -3. Okay, so all I've done is increase this power by 1, or in other words, add 1 to it. And we remember from the previous slide, just move the decimal point one place over. Okay, once we've done that, it's just a simple matter now of this number take away that number, and then I get my answer by 10 to the power -3. Okay, if you want you can write it down, but we all know 6 take away 0.7 should be, oh, there we go, 5.3 times 10 to the power -3. And there we are, done. Alright, on the next page I've got some for you to practice. Have a go practicing it, and then I'll put some answers on for you. So here are the questions that you need to practice. Pause the video and have a go practicing these questions. Alright, now that you've had your fun, let's have some answers now. So this first one should give you an answer of 3.66 times 10 to the power 4. And the next one should give you 6.79 times 10 to the power 3. Alright, so I'll just pause the video and write the answers down. Alright, so there are all your answers. Hope that you did very well on these. Alright, good luck. Look out for the next video on multiplying and dividing numbers in standard form.